What's good, you guys? So, I know there was a time on one of my old channels that I used to give words of advice and encouragement. I kind of want to incorporate that in to what I do here, simply because I'm doing a lot of growing and am really trying to change my perspective of how I view things. And also I'm looking at how I can take accountability for my myself. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. It's an old African proverb called, and this one says, "Do not look where you fell, but look where you slipped." That's going to hit some of y'all. Do not look where you fell, but look where you slipped. This to me says a lot, because a lot of times we always tend to focus on where we fell and trying to pick ourselves up, but we don't look at where we slipped. And those moments where we slipped, that's the place where we could prevent the fall, if we're being honest with ourselves. For me, it's understanding that preventative measures are always better than preventative measures are always better than trying to fix something and get out of something. There's so much that I've gone through in the past, and I really am at a place where I'm tired of falling. I'm so tired of falling and having to pick myself up again, and I'm trying to look more at where I slipped. Where did I fall short? What are things that I did that caused me to fall? What are things that I can do to prevent the fall? And looking at my mindset, what was my mindset? What was I thinking? What are some things that, like, this is where I have to challenge my belief system. And I feel like a lot of us do, because you grow up thinking that this is how it has to be, and you can make things out the way that you want them to be. Just because things are a certain kind of way does not mean that they have to be that way all the time. I'm tired of, living with the status quo. I'm so much better than where I'm at. I have a coworker that's getting ready to walk by, so if she says something, the windows are down. So I apologize in advance. So, okay, so she just walked by. I thought she might say something. But this is the place where, if we are honest with ourselves and we take a look at things that caused us to slip to begin with, we are in a better position there, because we are in a place where we can fix things before we fall. Some people are not willing to do that, because it really means that you have to take accountability for every last thing that you did, the part that you played. And it's easier to blame a situation, to blame another person, look at your circumstances and say, well, if this wasn't like this, this wouldn't have happened. But there's so many different ways that a situation can come about. And to not take responsibility for something is unfair to you, especially when you want something better. So again, I'm just at the place where I really am taking a full look at how I tend to get into certain situations, challenging my belief systems, challenging my self-worth, challenging what I'm actually capable of and what I want for myself, because I want certain things, but just wanting those things does not mean that I'm going to attain them. I have to put a plan in motion. And then I have to also be willing to implement those things, but stick to it and hold myself accountable for what I say that I'm going to do. So hopefully this resonates with somebody. I'd appreciate if you guys would, give me some feedback and let me know, when it comes to certain things for yourself. What are some things that you know that you can look at when it comes to where you fell, that when you go back and look at where you slipped, that you could have prevented that fall? So until the next time, you guys, be well.